What's up, guys? Welcome back. Mystery Motors here. We're doing a little spring maintenance, a little early spring maintenance, mid-February, which is nice. The brake fluid in our 2010 Honda Odyssey totally roached. We were kind of starting this video a little into the programming here, but I already siphoned out, all the fluid I could from the reservoir, refilled it with some good old Bosch .34, so on. Really good stuff, really affordable. This big can's like 12 bucks on Rock Auto, and it's got really good reviews. So I used that, filled that up. What we're gonna do is we're gonna start on the farthest wheel from our brake reservoir there. So essentially we're gonna pull all that fluid from that tank through the longest brake line, which is this furthest one here. Already got our little, nothing fancy. This is actually part of a vacuum bleeder, but the vacuum pumps on those cheap, brake bleeders are always hit or miss. So I like a good old reliable foot on the brake pedal there. So I'm gonna have my daughter come out and help me. She's a bit of a brake professional at this point, but pretty self-explanatory. Caliper, we're gonna crack this bleeder valve. She's gonna pump the brakes, and we're gonna just pump it through till the fluid is clear. So give us a sec. We're gonna crack this as my brake bleeder person is applying pressure to the brake. When we crack this, it's gonna force fluid through the system, through the reservoir, through the line, and clear out all that old fluid. Before you tighten this back up, I always like to do it kind of mid-press, so mid-flow. That way there's no, chance of air kind of backtracking back inside. I'm sure some of you guys will have your opinions on that, but that's just how I do it. Especially towards the end, kind of when I'm thinking, we're about finished flushing this side, I'll have her push it, open it a little bit, close it, right away. That way we just I ensure we get that constant steady flow with no bubbles, but it's been pretty clean so far. But that's how we're doing it. So this is after one round of pumps, not really a ton of fluid, but it's already starting to look a little cleaner. So we'll drain this, see how it looks. This is round 2 on that back tire. The first wheel, quite a bit pulled through there. We're looking much clearer through the line, so we'll see what another round looks like. We're definitely on the right track. This might actually be good. I mean, we are pretty closely matched. Saw a few tiny little bubbles. I don't know if it, I don't do enough brake jobs to know if that makes a difference or not, but yeah, I think we're definitely looking much better. We'll do one more round, see how we look. So this is, I think, the 4th. I mean, we got a little bit on the first, we got a full, maybe 1 or 2. And this is the first one where I'm like, okay, I think that might be perfect. Might be, I don't really see a lot of debris, moisture, separation in there. But we'll maybe do a couple more pumps and then call it on that wheel. Just swap to the other, driver, rear side. First pull through there, pretty nasty. Like you can kind of tell. It's kind of tough to tell, but it looks a little lighter around the edges, a little darker in the middle. I don't know if that's indicative of like separation from the fluid to water content that's in there, but it looks just a little lighter up top, So first pull on that rear side, driver's side. Second pull already looking much better on the driver's side rear there. Theoretically, it should be a shorter, hard line back there, so there should be less need to pull fluid through there before it gets clear. But it's after the first pull there, so I think maybe 3-4 pulls total, so another 1 or 2 and we'll be good for that wheel. All right, this is the 3rd and I think final pull we're gonna do. If you could tell, that's pretty clean fluid through the line there. So I think we're good on the rear there. This is from the front passenger wheel here. Goes a lot quicker on the short little lines that's up there, but pretty roached. I think that's the last pull on the front passenger side. We got one wheel left. Exciting stuff, guys. Last wheel here. This is the first pull on the driver's side front. So the closest line to that reservoir. Looks pretty mucky, man. I mean, that's, you know, so the reservoir was totally cooked, you know, as far as how it looked. Fluid was a little low, everything else, you know. I'll have to look back in my service records and see just when I did the brake fluid last, but I know the last time we did it, I don't know that I flushed the whole system. We had a sticking caliper and I replaced that, flushed it, you know, back to that caliper. But I don't know if I did the rest of the system. You know, you probably should, just because you're, you know, I understand it kind of comes from the reservoir maybe to like a separator valve and then back to that corner. So, you know, theoretically, the fluid shouldn't be getting super hot in the reservoir so much as in the line, but, you know, better safe than sorry. All right, this is number 2 on that front wheel, and it looks like maybe 2 is all we need. So I'm gonna level off my reservoir again, pull a little bit more through, and then I think we're done. We're gonna get her on the ground, make sure our reservoir level's looking good, take it for a little test drive. Here we go, guys. Took it for a little test drive, buttoned it up, you know, torqued the lug nuts back. It's 94 foot-pounds on the 2010 3rd-gen Odyssey. But yeah, we are leveled off, looking good. Ready for hopefully at least a few years of worry-free driving. But just got to keep an eye on it. Anyway, hope you learned something. Catch you on the next one.